Welcome to Spilling the Tequila, the podcast that brings you the tequila spilling energy without the hangover. My name is Grace.
And my name is Sunny Joe, and welcome to Spilling the Tequila, a very special episode where we explore the extraordinary and delve into the depths of the unique experiences. Today, we have a very special guest joining us all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, USA. She's a psychic.
Prescott.
Oh, I got it wrong? Okay, that's good. That's the sweet.
No.
Yep. I take that back.
Gotcha.
She's a psychic with over 30 years of experience in reading people's astrology. Get ready to embark on a captivating journey as we dive deep into the world of this exciting and unusual line of work. Prepare to be amazed and enlightened as we unravel the mysteries of the cosmos together. Please give a warm welcome to Carol Starr.
Yay!
Hi there.
Welcome,
Where's my tequila?
Carol.
Where's my tequila?
Yes.
Oh,
if only we're in the same room.
Do you like tequila?
Oh, yes. Where is it? Don't spill it though before you get it to me.
No. Oh, nice. Tequila is Grace and I's favorite drink. It's the only drink that we drink, so we love tequila.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God. I was fascinated with the title. Okay, I figured I got to be on Spilling Tequila, and I'm gonna go have a margarita as soon as I get off here. Right.
Oh,
yes.
That's our type of
love
girl.
that, Carol. Yeah.
If we have to do that.
Absolutely.
Okay. So anyway, I'm happy to be here. And, of course, when, you're from Australia, and there is something always mystical to me about someone who doesn't live where I do. You drive through a city and you think, God, this city's so gorgeous and so wonderful. And once it becomes where you live, it's just your home. So I always look at like, God, your city must be so unique and wonderful because it's not Prescott, Arizona, of course.
No, that's so true. And I did a road trip through California a couple of months ago, and it's amazing. Even in like the small towns through there that I stopped, I was still would be totally like average if you drove through them. I was still like, wow, like look at that gas station. Like that's crazy. It's so different. It's just so interesting. Even the most normal things.
Yeah. And but even if the city looks similar to where you live, is always much more beautiful and much more wonderful, of course. Yes. Anyway.
1000%.
But I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to jump through so I can be in Australia.
Yeah.
Yes. And Australia has always had sort of a fascination. I had an experience, not experience, but you have a woman's magazine, and I don't remember the name, but this is years and years ago. And I had a PR person helping me with my astrology. And so this is tons of years ago. And I made the centerfold of the magazine. They took a picture of me. They didn't have to pay me, but it was sent to me, this magazine. And there I was. I was doing astrological portraits in those days. I'm an artist. And I was sitting there with all the portraits around me. Yeah. And I don't remember the name of the magazine, but I do remember it was in Australia. And we're talking about like 30 plus years ago. So it was a long time ago, so. Yeah, I've always, and I thought I never got paid for that. It ran out of the domain or something. It was like a year later.
Yeah,
so they didn't have
right.
to pay me.
Grace would probably remember the magazine. It was probably like Woman's Day or New Idea.
It was your biggest magazine, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
that's iconic.
Anyway,
try and hunt it down.
I don't want to say the user word famous, but years ago in Phoenix, I was like a big astrologer. I was on TV, on radio. I did everything. And then life changed and I got into other things in life. And so the last few years, because it's had such a surge, the young people, I mean, I can tell the people that come onto my live videos, they don't know how to interpret their chart, but they know everything about their chart. And then they play. I always encourage people not to do your own reading, because you find things on there, you'll either be elated or depressed, and they don't mean anything. They'll look at one item on the chart and they'll think, oh my God, my life is over. I have people write me say, I have Uranus in my 10th house. That means I'm never going to be successful. I said, well, no, you got a whole chart. You're not just a Leo or a Gemini or Scorpio. You have a moon sign, a rising sign, planets, houses, everything modifies and everything works together synergistically.
So that is That's
Go ahead.
actually a question that I really wanted to ask you, was that when you're reading people's charts, do you sort of, as you say, like the whole chart works together to paint a picture?
Right.
Um, do you believe people's charts sort of dictate their path, or do you think people's charts just inform their
Yeah.
personality and how they will sort of move
Okay. Well,
along their path?
I don't read the chart. I read the person too. And
Right.
I always love I do FaceTimes. I did an hour and a half FaceTime today. And I love being able to meet them because I can see their faces and we talk and we can really come up with some ideas. I just try to, a lot of them feel stuck. Young people today are feeling very stuck. They don't know what's going on with their lives. And things that generations ago, where I was, we just lived with them. We knew how to survive. Today, everything that isn't perfect in their life is a big deal. Okay. I
Mm.
mean, they get themselves into situations, maybe have kids and have a partner, and the partner leaves them. And then they're stuck at home and they don't want to go to work because they don't like their job. And I thought, life is full of all this combination of stuff. We live every day. We still have to get up and you have to figure out when you lose a job, find another one. When a relationship doesn't work, you let it go. But these are all monumental things to them that they have trouble surviving. There's a whole different survival mode today. So I
Yeah.
try to reach people and talk to them and not judge them and understand how they feel. And I think that's why they're interested in astrology. It's another way of understanding themselves, having a better life, figuring out what to do. And so I've noticed, even like on TikTok, even though the age range at first, I mean, it's still like 15 to 22, but now I'm doing charts on 40s, 50s, 60-year-old people that find me on TikTok. So obviously it has become far more popular with all ages too. So, and it's a great business place. People are encouraged to start their businesses on there. Well, I can tell you how good it is. It's done well on there.
So I like that you're saying that, where you're saying, like, the younger generation are more open to it. Do you feel like Gen Z and the younger generation are more open to it than how it used to be? Or do you just think it's people are more aware now because, as you said, you're,
Okay.
quite big on TikTok
They're
and easy
Yeah, they're
access?
open up towards it in a different way. When I started doing charts quite a few years ago, people had different sort of goals in life. They had problems in their marriage or their kids. Or want to talk today is about they feel stuck. They're not doing this. I mean, there's a whole different energy. The Generation Z, is that, what years are those exactly?
I
Is
think,
that
Grace would know.
yeah, I think Z starts in 1996
And
okay?
onwards.
yeah,
On Okay, 1996, so they would be like in their middle 20s, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then there was
yeah.
the millennials. The millennials are up to 40 now, I think. I mean, the thing is, we keep growing with each generation. Like if you're a Generation Z, someday you're going to be 60 years old.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the generation is going to move? And you're not going to change. You're not going to become baby boomers or become something else. You're still that generation. The baby boomers is from, oh gosh, let's see, 1945 is
Mm.
Mm.
to like 1960 something, I think, or
I
65.
think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yes.
now they're much older. They've all grown, so we don't change. And I find this a new generation, which I don't know what they call it. I saw it, not Generation Z. I'm talking about the 12-year-olds to the 26-year-olds. I'm not sure what that is called, but
Oh, I think that might be like iPhone.
this is the generation that is going to suffer the most. The ones 26 and over, you know, have got past that. There's a lot of things going on, and I don't want to get political or discuss them, but the
Mm.
trans situation,
Hmm.
that whole thing has become a part of the generation, and the issues with it. And the ones that are feeling it are not the 26 and over. They passed it. And this has become like fadism. Fadism is at the well, fad is to be
Mm.
part of this generation. It's not that everybody's part of it. And it's I'm not judging whether it's good or bad. I just want you to know, I'm just saying that I know that they are hit by this, and they're also living through the more difficult times of inflation, of the change of our culture, the whole thinking in our culture. So I don't get most of the youngest, I've had people 18 and 19, okay. But mostly my audience is about, I'm going to say 25 to 45 is the bulk of my readings. I have people older, and I do get them a lot. I have businessmen in their 50s and stuff that want help, and I have younger people that do. But for the most part, they are past 20, and they are still. And but I still see this really strong need for help all the time.
No, I love that. Carol, I just want to know, how did you discover your psychic abilities and what led you to pursue a career in this field that you're doing? I find that interesting.
Well, it's psychic, empathic, and also astrology. They're three sort of separate things in a way. And my kids, this is really, I love this story. My kids were growing up, they're going to school. I decided I needed to do something. So I told my husband of that time that I was going to become a paralegal. I thought that would be really cool. Okay. So he says, you will make the class. You won't last through the first class. And I proved him wrong. I left at the intermission, at the break. I left my books on the table. I thought, I can't do this. So I was telling a friend, and she said, why don't you have your chart done? I said, what is a chart? What is a chart? And so I had my chart done, and the lady who did the reading for me was teaching classes. So I took a class, and I came back with the books, and I said, I can't do this. And she said, why? Yeah, it's too serious for me. I can't handle it. She said, you're the only one who's going to become an astrologer in the class. And I did. So I've been doing that, yes, for a lot of years. And I've had other paths along the way. Okay. I've done other things because life takes you on different journeys. And astrology went kind of really, it's picked up in the last 10 years.
Okay.
And if you are marketing yourself as an astrologer, you have to have a huge audience because it's such a small percentage of the population that are going to have their charts done. I have to reach a lot of people, and I do very well. Okay. But I have to reach a lot of people. It's not like 1 in 100. It's more like 1 in 20 or 30,000 that are interested.
Got you.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of people out there, so there's a lot of charts to be done.
Yes. And how, at what point did you sort of, in your life, did you sort of think, oh, I'm this very intuitive person. I sort of have these psychic abilities.
Psychic ability comes in all shapes and sizes. I work on a psychic hotline, so people call me. And I do not do names, dates, and places. Okay, I'm not that kind of psychic.
Yes.
But I hear voices. I hear people's voices, not voices from out there. And I know what's going on in their lives. Okay, I just read people so well. And also, I do remember we were watching a big tennis match. And the phone rang, and they called for, my husband was a dentist. They say, Dr. Posel, that you have a phone call. And I knew that my father had died, and he had. Yeah. And I also, there would be just things that would come up, and I would always know what's going to happen. I know that it's not going to work out, or it is going to work out. It's just that I know that. And somehow I tell these people about their boyfriends and their lives, and I just know. And I can't, but I'm not like, ooh, I meet you and I can tell you what's going to happen to you and where you're going or what I have to get into that mode. And on psychic lines, I could get about 3 or 4 minutes. Most of them, they're watching their money. So I have to talk, and I have to think fast. But I'm also more empathic. I feel like that I am more of an empath than I am a psychic, because I know that psychics, they do things that I can't do, but I still look myself that way because I feel like I do give them what they need and what direction they're going in.
Sure. And could you just explain to us what an empath is?
Okay, empath is okay, you walk into a room and you know what everybody's thinking and feeling. You pick up all the energies around you, and it's really
Right.
tough sometimes. You know, I I have to be tuned in to do that. Okay, I
Mm.
just don't walk into a room and it happens. I start to feel it, and I can't like analyze you right now because we're talking about something totally different, and I'm not into that with that. If you were
Yeah.
asking me questions and told me this was going on in your life, I could tell you why it's happening, what's going on, and whatever. Like a gal today I spoke to, and she's thinking about doing this and that. She's very talented. And I said, I see you changing your jobs and getting into this because I feel you have that energy and I know it's going to work for you. I know it's going to happen. And I do. And we're never right all the time because life changes. I mean, even astrology. Okay, I told someone they were going to um, start a new business in, let's say, in July. And the guy said, yeah, I'm really going to do that. July came and he changed his mind. Okay,
Mm.
so that's going to happen too. Yeah. So,
Got
but
you.
so anyway, time for a sip.
Of
And
course.
there's no
What?
tequila. No tequila.
I wish that was tequila. That'd be a good tequila bottle.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, Carol, because I was saying to Grace the other day that, like, look, I'm not saying I have these abilities, but I did, because my mum doesn't is a clairvoyant, but she doesn't do it for a business. She just does it in her own private home for like close friends. When she was younger, not anymore or anything. She always said one of us kids would get the power that she's
The
got.
gift.
And I
Yeah.
yeah, the gift. And I said to Grace recently the other week, I said, I don't know if I got it out of my brother and sister, but what you just described just then, I know when I keep knowing something's going to happen before it happens, and that's just happening a lot to lately. And then, so what you just said there with your answer, that
Yeah.
that made sense. Not saying I've got the gift, but I was like, that happens to me,
Well,
and I'm
you
getting it.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
don't always have that ability. Mine is totally interpersonal, and it's about the way I read people. And and my husband always says, "Oh, you're just overreacting or you're acting up." And I said, "No, I know what's going on and I know what I feel and I know." And I'll tell my friends sometimes will have their husbands being very abusive, and I can
Yeah.
tell them exactly what to say to them and how they're going to stop that, and it works. I always know kind of how to handle situations. Not always with
Mm.
myself. You do know that we're not good with ourselves. But like if you told me that you were in like, Sunny, that you were in an abusive relationship
Yeah.
and verbally, and you kind of sat there and took it and whatever. And I would tell you what to say to him. And it probably, if he was a human being, it would end it. Unless
Mm.
he was an
Mm.
abuser and was going to beat you up. That's a whole different story. But
Mm.
being verbally abused, I have said to my friend, I said, why do you allow this? And they said, you are allowing it. And the more you allow it, the more it's going to keep happening because you're a punching bag for somebody, his frustrations. And I told her something to say in a situation, and he's behaved a whole lot better. Yeah,
Got you.
because you have to
Yeah.
know what is it, what is he doing, and what is he getting away with. And I kind of know. And I said, I said, don't accuse him of it. If you tell him he's being abusive, he's going to fight, and you're going to be in trouble. And I said, just tell him how you feel. Say,
Mm.
the language that's going on here is making me feel sad, depressed, and unhappy. And I'm not quite understanding why it's happening. And it's amazing how people, they don't even think of themselves as being abusive until they see what they're really doing to you. And you have to let people know what they're doing to them. That's all. And twice and I said, they're feeling inferior, upset, or whatever it was like, and you're the punching bag.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
It's not personal.
exactly.
It's not even personal.
No, I agree. What
Yeah.
just a quick one. What advice would you give to someone who's interested in developing their own empath or psychic abilities? What advice would you give someone that wants to go down that track?
I they say, we are all psychic. Everybody is psychic.
I heard
Mm.
And
that.
I I think to let it, I have one of my clients that I talked to on the phone, and she said she's lost her ability, and finally, and I told her it would come back. And I said, and it has. And I think that you have to be in tune and you have to be ready for it. And because so many of us have this ability and we don't want it, we can fight it. You don't have to deal with it. And to use it as professionally, there's a lot of phonies out there. And oh my God, it's so easy. It is easy to do that. I mean, particularly if you're in person with somebody and you'll say, well, you have 3 kids, and you see their eyes flinch. You say, well, maybe you just have 2, or you learn how to read. And there was a psychic that I don't remember, Richard Ireland. I don't remember his name. He used to, before a show on the audience, he'd have people go through the audience and take notes for him on people. And that's how he did it.
Oh, that's
So
so bad.
Yes, there's all. I hear 2 girls talking. Thank God that relationship is just terrible. I don't know what to do. So he'll go, I see you're having problems in a relationship. I know. It's very clever. It's very clever.
Oh my goodness. Is there anything in this sort of spiritual realm, so like manifestation or tarot or anything like that you necessarily don't believe in? Or are you open to it all?
Okay, what I do, I have a program for myself every morning when I get up.
Yes.
I write my manifest for the day, and there's a saying, I give thanks to the God in the universe for all I have, and I go over that I am this, I am able to do this, and it sets me up for the day. That's one thing. Then I do. Are you familiar with tapping?
Yes, I am. I love
don't.
tapping.
What's tapping?
Yeah,
I
do
want to know.
tapping. Yes, but do you do it correct? You have to be sure you do it correctly. And Nick Ortner, Ortner, wrote the book, if you've read it. And you have to do it right. And I do that too every morning. And so I do believe in, I think we need to keep ourselves grounded and centered. And I often, when I do readings, it depends on the person, and I tell them about these and what they should do, because I feel that their problems are coming from within. All problems come from within. We all have crappy things happen to us in life, okay? And you're still young. They're coming, But yeah, you learn how to deal with broken relationships, with not being able to pay bills, with people being rude and nasty and hurting your feelings. And also the normal things of people dying and getting sick. This is all part of life. And you have to learn how to deal with it. And and we all have trouble with certain areas in our life too, about losing people. And wait, I got the lights coming in here. Just a moment.
Of course, no.
No. The sun. Oh, yeah. And there we go. The sun was really bright. Yeah. And we have really a lot of sunshine here. We're not in Phoenix. We're in the mountains, so we're cold. We don't have that. We have snow here sometimes and very cold weather.
Yeah. Oh, so it snows for Christmas there?
Yes, it should be pretty nice. We're looking, maybe a little snow will be coming. How about where you live? Is it always warm, or is it cold, or?
We're in Sydney, so it's always warm. Like, we're in summer right now. I've only had one white Christmas in my life, but yeah, that's like a fantasy for me, probably for Grace as well. But yeah, we have winter here in July and August, but it's not even really that cold.
So it just gets a little cool. But are you hot all night too? Is it like deserty kind of hot?
No, it's not like your heat. It's more humid than dry. For sure.
Very tropical. We got the same humidity as like Hawaii, yes. Thailand, same weather.
Okay. So you have mild temperatures.
Yeah.
Would it be mild? Yeah, I think it's hot, but it's humid. It's really humid. Yeah.
I mean, do you get over 100 degrees?
I'm trying to think what Fahrenheit that is. Yeah, I think yes, we would definitely. I think sometimes we make it to like 120 on a really, really, really bad day.
It was 120 last week, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I see that I got this. I've got to show. See my necklace here with the Libra. You see I'm a Libra. And a jewelry company called Jace Connor, I forgot, sent it to me, and they said, "Will you just wear it?" And they didn't ask me to do a video, which I do videos for companies a lot. And I thought, well, how nice. I mean, I looked up the price on it. It was almost $300.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're from Australia.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
are they?
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
I can't think of the name of it. I wrote it down here. It's Gaescon. I think it's Jace Con. God, did I have it? Oh my gosh, I don't want to lose that. Here we go. Let's see if you ever heard of it. Let me look it up. It's,
Grace will know.
Yeah, shopaholic
She's a
Grace.
shopaholic. Yeah, Grace will know, Carol.
let's see here. I can't, it's too dark here. Okay. Grace Con, I think. Anyway, I can't see it. So I thought that was really nice. And
That is nice.
yeah,
I'm a Libra as well, by the way. So the thing
I
about
know
Libra.
that. I
Oh
got your
yeah,
chart.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
say, I said to Grace years ago, I at this party once, this lady said to me, "You're a Libra, aren't you?" I'm like, "How do you know that?" And she goes, "Did you know Libra is the most likable star sign? It's the only star sign that gets along with every other star sign." So once I heard that, I was like, "I'm the most likable star sign."
I know. Well, the nice thing about Libra is it's the one sign that there's no bad rap on.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah, every other sign has got a bad rap. Like Capricorns are sour faced and Scorpios are jealous and but I'll tell you something, there are some bad Libras, guys. And when they are bad, they are very, very bad.
What
Okay.
what
All
Really?
the
is a
time.
what
Oh
is a
my God.
bad Libra like?
Oh, well, I know a Libra. She lies all the time. She's demanding, and she's just a really difficult woman. I know it. I know
Yeah.
probably the rest of her chart would do that, but I'm going to say that Libras in general are pretty easygoing. And the thing is that we are people pleasers. We don't like to
Yeah.
hurt people's feelings because we're very
Mm.
sensitive,
Mhm.
and but we don't want to be confronted. If you confront me with something, I won't accept it. Confrontations. So we don't
Ooh.
confront other
Mm.
people. And we're really, I think that we're just more sensitive to the human nature and we're good listeners. And there's most of the zodiac, most people are not good listeners. Okay. Because even people I meet, all I want to do is talk about themselves. And I
Yeah.
have a lot of people that know nothing about me and I know everything about them. But Libras are good listeners. And I think that, of course, with what I do, I have to be.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
just laughing right now, Carol. Just quickly, Grace is probably laughing because I always say I talk a lot, but I always say, but ATD, attention to detail, and I'm a really good listener. And anyone that knows me, they was like, "How do you know that?" And I'm like, "You told me." They're like, "Wow, you're a really good listener," and everyone
Yeah,
says
no,
that to me.
it's funny. I am just like that. I'll remember someone will tell me they wore a pink dress to a party. I said, no, you wore your blue dress. Because you told me I do. A friend of mine will say, well, I forgot about that. Well, I said, this is what happened. I said, I listen to you. I talk a lot, but I listen a lot.
Yes.
And it's just part of that is part of the Libra personality. I have a lot of Virgo. Let me check. Let me see on yours here. I didn't get a chance. I ran them up here. Be sure I have the right one here for you. Let me see here. Okay, you're the Libra. Just a moment, because I didn't put your names on them here. Let me see here, son. Libra, Libra, Libra. Just give me a moment here.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Do your thing. I'm just
Okay.
gonna have a sip of my tequila.
Let me see. Here we go. Here's the Libra. Okay, Sunny Joe, you're the Libra.
Yep.
And you have a lot of planets in let's see, your Aries rising, and where's your moon here? Okay, I can't find your moon sign. It's Capricorn. Okay, so have
Mm.
you ever had a chart done?
I haven't. No, no.
Okay, so I'm just give you the PowerPoints here.
Yeah.
So your Libra, your sun sign is your basic personality. Your inner drive's the core of who you are. So that's your Libra. The moon sign is your emotional personality, how you respond emotionally, who you're attracted to, and how you deal with emotional situations. And your rising sign, which is the way people see you. And then we have Mercury, Mars, and Venus. That's how you think, talk. Venus is how you love. Mars is your energy. So those are the big six. So as a Libra, we know what you're like. You've looked up everything, but your moon sign's in Capricorn. So this really changes your sun sign a lot. This makes you more cautious in relationships or cautious in friendships. You think more before you speak. It adds kind of a cautiousness. But then your rising sign is Aries and you let all go out. So you're talkative, energetic. People see you as fun they don't know about that serious side of you, but it's in there. It's in there somewhere in relationships and stuff.
Yes, this is so true.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That
This
is
yeah,
is so
very
true
true.
because I am very
yeah.
ADD. So this is all true. Yeah.
So you always have a Mercury. It's how you think, you reason, and communicate. Okay, so in the heavens above, Mercury is the closest planet to the sun.
Mm.
So
Mm.
therefore, it's going to be in Libra, Scorpio, or Virgo, one of those three. And yours happens to be in Libra. So you think and act and talk like a Libra. I have that too. And this is where you can't deal with confrontations. You deal things fairly with people, and you always give people the benefit of the doubt, and you try to get
Mm.
over things. And another trait about Libras, and I found this, is we don't think fast on our feet when we're in a situation where it's really like someone insults us, someone tells us something terrible. We don't react, and then an hour later we go into hysterics over it. Am I so angry and upset and wish I had done something about that? Because
Yes.
you're
This is
going to be
me.
always looking that people are is going to do the right thing. I think that Libras
Yes.
always feel that people are going to be good and kind, and they're not. We know in reality that life isn't always like that. But
Mm.
on your chart, when you got that, and of course there's a lot of things here to chart, the different houses. And I just tell you one, okay, one PowerPoint here. Okay, I don't know. You've got a lot of planets in your 10th house. And is this your work? What do you do is it for work? Is this the podcasting, or what else is there?
Yeah, like do podcasting. I work in admin as well, but in entertain. Grace and I work in entertainment. So we've done, like we met in acting years ago. We did a reality show together 2 years ago. We do a podcast. So I would say towards entertainment. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, entertainer. And Grace is, I look at her chart here.
I'm a Sagittarian.
While you're looking for that, that was so crazy because I hate confrontation, which Grace knows. And the one thing you
Yes.
said then, Carol, which was very like insane for me, is that I always say I would rather see the good in everyone and give my time to them than to be judgmental. And if they, FUCK me over, then I would rather take that and give someone a chance than to put a wall up. And it's so like it's insane that that's how you described it, like liberal or how my planets were, and that is me. Like I always try
Mm.
to. I'm friends with everyone, and if they, stuff me around, then I'm like, that's okay. At least I know that I tried with them, and I think everyone is a good person inside, and they would walk away like, wow, I was really mean to that person, type of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've gone through periods where people have taken really big advantage of me, and
Mm.
um, I allow that. We allow. It's all about allowing people in your space and what they do. Mean,
Mm.
nasty people often have tons of friends because people are so glad when they act nice once in a while. No, I'm serious about that. I see
Yeah.
really nasty people seem to have big circles of friends. I don't know if they like them necessarily, but they always seem to control. And a feeling is that if somebody didn't like me, I would shy away. I don't feel like I want to be there. Whereas they don't even know it. There are people that don't even know that people don't like them. They're just there. And I had an
Yeah.
incident recently. Somebody was really nasty to me, and I didn't react like I don't.
Yeah.
And she's acting like I'm the bad guy. I mean, at Libras, we get kind of in that position a lot. We allow ourselves to be a little taken over once in a while. I do. I know that Libras
Mm.
do. Yeah. And Virgo, I have a Virgo moon, Virgo rising. And this is part of why I'm so psychic and I see things, is that I analyze everything to death.
Mm.
Okay.
mm.
Constantly. So we have the Sagittarius here in the Libra.
Hee
Nice. You get along.
hee.
You do get
Oh,
along well.
good.
Thank goodness. Yes. If I told you didn't, you'd have to end the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Podcast cancelled.
Yes. Yes. And you have your moon in Aries, which is the same as his rising sign. So you
Yeah.
have a fire sign for your sun sign and a fire sign for your moon sign.
Mm.
And then your rising
Fiery.
sign is Taurus. So this is the practical part of your personality.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you have the energy, and then Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Just a moment here. Interesting. You have both. Well, you have Mercury in Aries. So you kind of talk, act, and think like you really are, and with a lot of
Right.
force, very energetic thinking, very quick, very going. And then you have Venus is your love nature. Okay, that is kind of like, this is where you become cautious. Are you two together? in a
No.
relationship?
No.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay, no, okay. I don't mean to get personal, but I didn't
No,
know. I know
that's
that,
okay.
No, not at all.
We're
Not at
very
all.
personal on this podcast, so
Yes.
fire
yeah,
away.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, so anyway, like your moon is, wait, they have it in Capricorn here. I just found something here. You got Mars and Venus in Capricorn, and he has his moon sign in Capricorn. So that is where you're both restrained a little bit. You think things out, and I assume you guys get along really well together.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
We do.
yeah. And you work well together, and you're good friends, and you see eye to eye a lot. Because I like that your friendship, and you both have some. It's complicated for me to do a whole thing right now, but
Of
you both have
course.
good charts. But I like your for your fire sign for your sun and moon, and then your Taurus. And people don't always see that high energy in you. They think of you, they trust you, they know you're going to get the job done, and they know you're going to be there. So you're kind of a leveling off person, even though you have a lot of good
Yeah.
energy. Yeah. So
Yeah. Do you
of
know
course,
I used to make fun of my mum when I was a teenager because that's what daughters do. And I used to say to her, she's a Capricorn. And I'd always say, I'm a Sagittarian. I'm so positive. I'm so positive. And you're a Capricorn and you're negative. Like, you don't get me, mum, as a 16-year-old girl does.
yeah.
And then,
And you
when I started to get into astrology and I found out that so many of the planets are in Capricorn, I was like, wow.
I know. So
I
you
am
know
more
what?
like my mum than I thought.
So no, that's great. So anyway, I just noticed on here my friend went to see her daughter, and her daughter had a baby boy. So
Oh,
I,
congratulations.
yes.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I think that astrology, most astrology, I know I'm not criticizing them or complimenting them. They read the chart too much, and
Mm.
they're looking at too many angles and too much this and that. And we got to talk about, we are still people. If we didn't have a chart, I could throw the chart away and still read you.
Yeah.
But it's a guide. And if anytime you start using it to live your life, but I do have two clients. One of them actually is an actor in Hollywood. And the other one, she's the manager and her husband's the director. And they call me only when they have some kind of an emergency. They want to know if it's going to be safe to travel on an airplane. They want to know when they're going to sell their house. They have all kinds of, that's what they call me for. So I do go in and dig out the planetary aspects but I don't do that for readings because it's too detailed.
Mm.
And I told her she'd sell her house, and actually on the day that I said, she got an offer. It fell through, but she still got the offer on the house.
Yes. Yeah.
And I also told her that the strike was going to end in January, and it ended in November. But I did say that there's a chance that it would in November. On her husband's chart, it looked like it would end, and on her chart, it didn't. So
Mm.
I said there's a chance that it could end early, though I don't think anything's going to be totally settled until January. And which is probably true. I'm sure they're still quibbling over, even though it's settled, I'm sure there's all kinds of issues going on with it until it's totally settled.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
And that
We
hurts a lot of people. Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
really want to mention because you are, Carol, the only person on that Sunny and I share on our For You pages. So our TikToks are totally different, and you are the only person that always comes up for us that we have in common. And so I'd just love to hear more about how you ended up on TikTok, how you found it, and how did you react when you sort of blew up? Because you're massive on TikTok. You're massive.
Well, it's really funny. I hired somebody, oh God, was it about over a year ago? And I think before, I know what happened. Okay. I was trying to start back into with my astrology, and
Mm.
I set up an account to do charts on a company. It's called Fiverr.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, we know it. Yep.
If you're familiar with it. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how to set up a website or anything. So I heard about TikTok, and I thought, well, I'll go on there. I did some videos, and they didn't do very well. And I thought, got to come up with a better topic. So, and this is 2 years ago when the algorithms were much looser. Oh,
Mm.
much, yes. So I thought, who is the most beautiful woman on the zodiac? And I got 3 million 3 million views. And I thought,
Wow.
wow. So then the reading that month, in 2 months, I did 200 astrology readings. Oh,
Wow.
I know. I wasn't making very much money because I was on Fiverr and I was here tight. I was like this all day long. I was,
Yeah.
and then it slowed down. And so I hired somebody and he did an okay job, but it didn't work that well. And I just know when I hit a viral there, I get a rush of readings. And so
Mm.
it's grown because the gal I have now is that she's changed my whole focus on what I need to do and how I need to do it. And I know it's doubled my business.
Wow. That's
So,
awesome. It's
so
incredible the power
she,
of that.
yeah, she looked into things that I didn't know about because before the digital world was hot,
Mm.
Hmm.
I was a master marketer. Okay, even had a business. I knew how to market everything,
Yeah.
but by writing letters and even sending emails and phone calls. And now you can't talk to anybody. You have everything is the social media and that computer rules your business.
Mm.
It's
Wherever
no.
you happen to, you're going to push it. So, and I love TikTok, and it goes up and down for me. I started out when I'm doing lives, I had like 1,000 people came. No, let's see, not even 1,000. I had like 400 or 500, and now I have 6,000 come usually or more.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I'm just doing so many more things. But when you're in business for yourself, and you guys know this, it's an up and down world,
Yeah.
but the ups and downs get higher and higher. That's all.
Yes.
Yes.
It used to be this way. Now the lows are what my highs used to be. So you
Yeah.
don't even realize that you're getting better. And you think, oh, I want more. I want it more. So as long as I always have readings in the pipeline and my phone is ringing and I'm getting videos that are popular, I'm really happy because I love what
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I do. And
That's
I,
that's such a nice way. Sorry to interrupt you, but that's such a nice way to look at it when you say that, you know, the highs are higher and the lows are also higher. Because
yeah,
usually people are saying like, oh, the highs are so high and the lows are so low. They are
yeah.
so
No,
bad.
it's
But it's
doesn't. It
such a
doesn't work that.
refreshing,
Yeah.
way to look at it that no, 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 I am getting better. So my worst is actually a lot better than what it was 5, 10, 15 years ago, you know?
So
Yeah.
I just kind of go along with the flow. And Rachel, the gal who takes care of everything, she has to do a lot of the digital work for me because over the last 5 years, it was tough enough for me 5 and 6 years ago, and it's changed. It changes every day.
Mm.
And you have to be really savvy. And I don't like to use my energy. I mean, I can learn how to do a lot of stuff, but I don't want to use my energy that way. I have to work so hard at everything else I do. So to have her, I couldn't get onto this or that. And she said, I'll take care. She always says, I'll take care of it. And I know I'm
Yeah.
so happy. It's, oh,
That's what you want to
she's taking
hear.
care of it. Oh, God. I don't have to worry about it. I'll say, I have a problem. She's on there taking care of it. I love it.
Speaking of TikTok before, where Grace said that you come up on her page and my page, which is crazy. Now we're all talking together. So sorry, it's hit my microphone then, my Italian hand. So what I was going
Oh,
to say was,
I come up on your For You
yeah,
page?
so
Yes,
you're the
both
Oh,
of
only
us.
both
oh,
of us,
thank
but we
you.
don't
Oh, goodness.
follow the same people. So both Grace and I'm like, oh my God, she comes up on mine as well. So it's weird how the universe works like that. What I wanted to ask you is, where are your iconic glasses that you wear on TikTok? We love them. Where did you get them from, and where are they right now?
Well, okay, they are, let's see,
So
got them here.
iconic, Carol. They're so iconic.
So iconic.
Let me see, where are they? I gotta go get them here. Oh my
You
gosh,
should
where
you
do
should
I have
sell
them
them as
somewhere?
merch,
Yeah, you
Carol. You should
should
sell
sell
them
them
as
as
merch.
And
merch.
I don't even wear glasses except to read, actually. So let me see.
No,
Oh, here they are.
yeah.
I got them.
Oh, I'm so excited, Carol.
Oh my
Oh, yes.
gosh.
Who suggested I do it? My husband said, you really need to have something a little different about you because on videos, you notice I don't dance and sing and jump around. And I don't, how there is an astrologer on here. Okay. And I don't want to say her name.
Hmm.
And she comes out wearing a strapless dress with cleavage showing, with a background and glitters, and she does readings. Now, she's very successful with all the guys, and I admire her. Hey, that's great. And then
Yes.
somebody else jumps around as screens go. I just talk. So I have to have my glasses.
Yes,
Yes.
they are so iconic,
They are.
and your husband's very smart by suggesting that. Secondly,
Yes,
you
he
should
said,
get them like sell them as merch because people would start buying those and like, oh my
I
god, you've
know
got Carol Star glasses.
we are setting up a store. Actually, Rachel is setting up a store or as an influencer on Amazon. We're just waiting for this stuff to go through. People ask me, I'm going to say every time I get live, at least 5 or 6 times, people want to know where to get the glasses. So I'm going to capitalize on that. Why not? Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, you
I love
can't give
it.
everything away for free in
Yeah.
life.
But I think today life is about branding, about focusing on what you're doing and making it important because that internet is so huge that
Mm,
to even have a little spark on there takes work and so much intelligence to figure out how to do
Yeah,
things.
I
oh,
agree.
And I'm an
100%.
artist, and there are no more artists today than there were 30 years ago, but everybody's online. So there's millions of artists online. What do you choose from? You know, they have Fine Art America, they have Redbubble, they have all these places that sell art and they're digital art, regular art. It's crazy. You can't
Yeah.
sell anything online unless I don't know what you would have to do.
Yeah.
You have to name for yourself. And fortunately, you know, there are astrologers out there, but I don't feel like I'm competing with anybody. We're all different. And it depends, you know, what people feel about you. And I think this gal who dresses in a cocktail dress, this is terrible to say, and I'm not giving her name, is that all of her reports are written reports. So I'm sure she uses AI to do
Mhm.
most of them. Yeah, listen, I use AI not for I'm working on a book. I'll talk about that in a minute, but
Yes.
sometimes I'll need a quick answer on something, and I do go to AI,
Mm.
you know, and I've used it for my book. I started out writing an astrology cookbook, and the market was too small. So I met a partner. Long story short, on here we're working together, and she just wrote a book on. She does all these spices and herbs, and she puts them according to what your condition is. Like if you get headaches, stomach aches, have high blood pressure, you have a special blend of
Yeah.
spices and herbs. So she needed a cookbook. So I wrote a recipe. I make up recipes too.
Mm.
I made up a whole book full of recipes for her. So I thought, so I've decided this book is going to be about compatibility, friendship, and food. And so AI gave me some great titles that are going to be super interesting. So yeah,
Oh, that's
Interesting.
awesome. I
That's
love
so
that
interesting.
idea.
I know. That's
so I haven't
actually
had time. You know, it's time consuming to write a book, as you know, and
Yes.
I have been the last few months so busy. And I thought I've got to find some time I got to carve some time to work on it, because
Mm.
I think it's going to be really good. I love it. And then, we started with the newsletter and then I have subscription and then there's so many things to be working on all the time.
do you think the
Yeah.
book will
So
be out in 2024 so we know when to check it out
yes,
or
yeah,
yes?
I'm gonna have this book done. I'm gonna have the book done by March 1st, the latest. That's my goal. Yeah, because half of it's mostly written. I just have to
Mm.
put it together, go over the language, and then I'm going to give it to my friend, and she's going to format it for me.
Got you.
But I want to be sure I do all the editing first. See, that's what AI is good for. I put it up there correct for grammar and spelling. So I know that I'm doing my own editing because I've had people edit books before and they've done a lousy job. And
Mm.
I actually had a bestseller in the 90s, a real bestseller. And I was in the gift basket business and I wrote the first book on it.
Yeah.
And everybody wanted to go in the business in the 90s. Everybody wanted to
Yes.
go to it. And so I sold thousands of copies.
No
Wow.
way.
Carol, you're a
Grace.
jack of all
I know.
trades. I
We
love
love it.
I
love
did
it.
I did gift baskets for two of our
Yeah.
presidents.
Which
President
ones?
Clinton and Bush, they're before your time, but I did gift baskets for them.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
for
we know
this.
them. We know Bush.
Yeah.
We like them. We know Laura Bush and everyone. Yeah. We know,
right.
we know, yeah.
Yes. We
You-
won't talk politics. You don't
yeah,
ever want to get me started on politics in this country. Oh
yeah.
my God.
No.
I, I won't do it. Carol, keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth. Yes.
Would you ever, have you ever been to Australia? And if not, would you love to visit one day?
Well, of course I would.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yes, of course I would. It's a long plane. It's a long plane ride.
It is a
Yes.
very long, very normal for us, but it is a long plane ride.
Do you ever
Um,
come to this? Do you come here very often to the States?
Grace just got
I
back. I've
do,
been there a lot as well.
yes.
Grace just was at BravoCon in Las Vegas, and she
I
was
was.
in San
Well, you weren't in
Francisco.
Arizona?
I was near Arizona. I was in Arizona a few years ago, and I have to tell you, it was like 130 degrees, and
Oh,
you would breathe through your nose, and it would burn your nostrils when
listen, I
you
lived there for 20
would
years.
breathe. Yeah.
And see, up here, even when it gets warm in the summer, it's cold in the morning and cool at night. Always is nice here in the morning and the
Mm,
night.
mm.
And we got above 100 this year, but normally we are in the high 80s, early 90s, and the winters are always sunny. Every day the sun shines here.
Oh,
I
beautiful.
wish it wouldn't. So, all right, it's so nice once in a while we get a day where there's no sun. It is. So,
Yeah.
so. Oh my God, it's a 4:20 already, you guys. I got to
It
get going.
is. Well,
No, we're gonna
no,
wrap it
that's
up as
okay.
well.
We are, because we just want to quickly say, we obviously want to say thank you for your time. And especially, we both love you. We love your videos, and we know that our audience does as well. We want to say, obviously, follow Carol on TikTok, on Instagram, and also you can book a reading with her from her website. And if you read our description, we will have the links for you there. So you can go directly there. And we would just, Carol, you've been amazing. We love hearing all your
I
stories.
want to come back. Okay, I want to come back and talk about the New Year's sometime. So,
Oh, we'd
tell
love
me-
that.
I'd love to come. It was so much fun with you guys. I know, of course, I love doing it. I get to talk all the time, right?
Yeah. Next time we'll all have a margarita.
Yes,
So
and
we can
Oh,
sip on
one
some
margarita.
tequila. Yes,
No,
while we
call me in a
chat.
few months. Call me in a few months. I'd love to come back and talk more about what's going on because astrology is changing. There's a lot of things that we just kind of had fun today, but there's a lot of stuff to do. I'd like to talk to people how to help themselves with astrology and how to work it out for them. I really would.
Amazing. We'd love that, Carol. And thank you again. We've loved chatting to you.
thank you for coming on the show.
Well,
Libra to Libra, you're amazing. I love your energy.
Anyway, thank you guys. I loved it. And I thank you so much for inviting me. What a fun thing.
Thanks,
Anytime.
Carol. We'll
Guys,
talk
check
to you
it
soon.
out. Carol Starr,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you so much. Bye, America.
And
Bye.
Bye.